Hey guys, Kevin here from Ray Studios, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 games that are great for fitness that aren't fitness. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I strongly recommend you to subscribe because I'm planning to do a lot more videos about this device right here. This is the Quest 3 and this device is absolutely great. I still haven't reviewed it because I'm planning to do a very special video when I review this device, but yeah, I'm already doing a few videos on it like accessories, and I'm planning to do a lot more videos. So smash that subscribe button and be a part of the Ray Studios family. So here are my top 5 selection of games that actually have get me really fit, even though I'm not very fit, but I mean compared to before. Basically what I have was a problem with my heart rate because I was very sedentary and my resting heart rate was somewhere around 95 ppm, so beats per minute. And you know, doctor recommended me to go and do more exercise. It just said, I don't know, I'm too lazy to go out, and I figured it out that playing some games I can get some exercise because I do not like the fitness oriented games or apps that the Quest 3 have. I mean, they're like, do exercise, do this, do that. They're very boring. I'd rather just play a game and exercise. And because this is VR, every time you do something, you need to kind of like move around, and you know, it's very, very clever and very cool to play games, and at the same time you get your fitness going. So I'm gonna describe each game, and I'm not gonna do like one better than the other one. I think they're all great, and they are slightly different in some regards, but here is my list. So in number 5 I have Fuit Ninja 2. Yeah, I know, doesn't seem like a great fitness game, but it gets my BPM to somewhere around 120. This is not bad at all for light cardio, and I can play the game for about maybe 20 minutes without getting too boring. So getting 20 minutes of 120 BPM, that is not bad at all. For some people, they might be able to play even longer, and they might get different BPMs because that's according to your body type and your health and your age and etc, etc. But Fuit Ninja is actually a very cool game. You get to cut all the fruit. It's the same like you play in your iPad like 10 years ago, but now in VR. It is actually very cool and it's quite entertaining in a way. Fuit Ninja is available at the Quest market for $25. It's not the most affordable game out there, but it's not that expensive, and considering that, you know, it will improve your health and it's entertaining, yeah, I strongly recommend it. Next one on the list is Saber, and this is a classic. Like anybody who ever played VR probably play Saber, and it is actually a game that, depending how you play it, it might get your bitrate higher or lower. So it is not often the hardest levels that get your heart going, but actually the easiest one. And there is a settings that you can go into Saber and select fitness mode. So it will give you a list of the different zones, of the different modes in which your fitness is gonna be even better. So in this, I often get a BPM of about 120, but with some modes, with some particular zones, I can get up to 135, which is pretty good. It can also play in 360 mode, which gets you going even more. And the problem with this game, in a way, is that it's expensive because the game itself is $25, and then you start buying different zones because you don't have that many zones, and then you're starting to add up, and I'm already up $40 with this game, and I'm probably gonna buy even more zones in the future. So I consider it to be kind of like an expensive game, but still, I like it and it's pretty good, and it's definitely a classic. Number 3, I have Creed. And this is a boxing game. I know for some people, maybe for girls, boxing is not gonna be their cup of tea, but this game gets amazing cardio. The graphics are also excellent, and there is a storyline. You can actually move along the storyline in which you are this young boxer who want to be successful, who want to be a world champion. So for me, that I actually love combat sports, I love this game. And this is the only game that can get my heartbeat rate going to a whooping 170 BPM. Both the drills and the fighting and the exercising before the fighting, they're very intense, and that's a good and a bad. I think 170 BPM is a little bit too high. You shouldn't do that for too long. And in some cases I do, and it's kind of entertaining, but it's not a game that you can play every day, not for too long. So I usually, when I was on a story mode, I will play like maybe 40 minutes, 50 minutes even. But nowadays I get 1 or 2 fights per day before I go into some other games. This game, I think I bought it with an offer at only $20, and I think, considering the graphics, storyline, the interactions, like everything, the way it moves, that's a steal. It is very good for the price, and it comes very highly recommended. At number 2, I have Blade and Sorcery. Yet again, this is a very violent, very graphic game in which you kill a lot of people. Literally, the game is about killing people. You're basically like a gladiator. You have swords, but you also have magic, and you can like play magic to your enemies, so you can kill them with magic or kill them with a sword. And you know, it's kind of very violent, and you might get this channel demonetized. I mean, not the channel, but this video specifically. And I bought it with an offer for $20, and consider that there is a storyline, the mechanics of the game is just so good. And to be honest, it makes you feel powerful. Every time you kill someone on a sword fight, on VR, it just feels great. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just so good. And the great thing about this game that maybe some of the other games don't have is that you can play for longer time. So I'm really hooked to Blade and Sorcery, and that means that I can play maybe 1-2 hours. So maybe my heartbeat rate is not super high in this one. It is somewhere around 115. If I play on sandbox mode, well, I can get up to 135, but that's not what I like to do. I like to play in a story mode. But it's a good thing, because maybe when you are on a fight with multiple enemies, maybe my heart rate peak at maybe 130, 125, but then, you know, you're like moving around the map and doing different stuff, and your heartbeat rate kind of like slowly decrease, which is a good thing. It goes down to 110, 115, then I go into another fight and it goes up, so that's good. And the fact that I can play for 2 hours without getting boring, that's absolutely great. It definitely comes highly recommended, unless you don't like these kind of violent games. At number 1, I have Padle VR, and this is by very far the best fitness game I have ever played. This actually got me to abandon my diet, and I haven't lost any weight. I'm eating whatever I want, and I haven't gained weight, and I keep my weight, no problem. That's because the last 2 games that I mentioned, Blade and Sorcery and Padle VR. But the thing about Padle VR is, like same as Blade and Sorcery, I can play it for 2 hours, no problem whatsoever. The game is very challenging, very entertaining, and really hooked. But here is the catch. You probably don't even know what Padel is. Padel is basically like the Spanish version of tennis. It's basically like tennis, but completely surrounded by walls. Like the entire court have walls, and the ball basically doesn't go out unless it goes out really up high. So if you never play Padel, you might be thinking, oh my God, I need to learn a new sport that maybe if you're American, you're not even gonna have a paddle court where you live. So yeah, I understand that, but the game still is just so good. So if you're watching this video maybe in Europe or South America, where paddle is really very popular, well, this comes very highly recommended. I only paid $25 for this game, and the graphics are excellent. The mechanics of the game are excellent. There are many times in which I was feeling like I was actually playing paddle, and I play paddle since I'm a child. All my life playing paddle, and it's just so good. There are some glitches every now and then where you hit the ball and the ball just fly up like it's like shoot with a cannon, but there are some problems that probably Padle VR is gonna fix in future upgrades, but so far it is just excellent. So there you have it. These are my top 5 games that aren't specifically for fitness, but they are actually great fitness games. And they're also very entertaining and also affordable, because these are not some of the most expensive games or apps that the Quest Store have for you. By the way, if you want to buy the Quest 3 or Quest 3S, recently released, I'm going to put some links in the description down below. And as always, let me know in the comment section down below what are the games that you think are great for fitness that aren't fitness games. And please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. That will help this channel a lot. Okay, that's it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Adios amigos.